Author's note: in a world where dreams are often delayed, especially for women, for Muslim women, and for those from small towns, I chose to dream anyway. I'm a Muslim woman in India, and yes, I've crossed the age where society begins whispering, now just get married and settle down. But I didn't settle. I chose to build a life with intention, not wait for one to happen. I chose purpose over pressure, writing over boundaries, because I've seen what silence does to women with dreams. It buries them in layers of guilt, duty, and expectation. I didn't want to be buried before I had the chance to grow. People often say, I don't have time. But time isn't found, it's created. If I, an assistant professor, a PhD researcher, a daughter, a sister, could carve out minutes from lectures, research, family, and exhaustion to write this, then maybe it's not about time. Maybe it's about choice, about courage, about not giving up on that small fire inside. This book wasn't written in perfect conditions. It was written in late nights, in the 5 minutes between responsibilities, in the moments between grief and healing. It was written when I had every reason to stay silent, but chose to speak even if it was just a whisper. Secrets of Saint Catherine isn't just fiction. It's a reflection of every girl told to stay small, every woman who hides her stories, every dreamer told, it's too late. If you're reading this, here's your reminder. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too busy. Start from where you are, with whatever you have. Dreams don't ask for perfection, they ask for persistence. You don't need permission, you need faith. You don't need the world's approval, only your own belief. This book is my way of choosing belief. It's not just a finished manuscript, it's proof that I lived, I healed, and I wrote anyway. And if I could, maybe you can too. Nazia Parveen. Chapter 1. Arrival at St. Catherine's in the remote village of Chipli, nestled deep in the heart of Chhattisgarh. Roshni had always dreamed of attending St. Catherine's School, established by Christian missionaries in the picturesque town of Bhormdev. This institution stood as a beacon of education for Adivasi children, the first English school in the region, boasting magnificent architecture from the British era. Roshni's father, a humble farmer, had nurtured her dreams, scrimping and saving to afford the coaching center fees in their village for the entrance exams. Passing those exams was not just a matter of pride for Roshni, it was a ticket to a brighter future for her entire family. With her mother's blessings and her younger brother's adoration, Roshni embarked on a journey that would change her life forever. Arriving at St. Catherine's School was like stepping into a different world. The grand entrance greeted visitors with a spacious parking area that led to sprawling playgrounds and a basketball court. The main building, a 3-story red brick structure in a square shape, housed everything from classrooms to administrative offices. At the center of the campus lay the assembly ground, overlooked by a bronze bell whose chime was said to dispel evil spirits, a superstition that amused Roshni, who had always been skeptical of such beliefs. Inside the school, the ground floor bustled with activity. There was the principal's office, the admission room, the staff room buzzing with teachers' conversations, a sports room, staff bathrooms, and a well-stocked storeroom. The first floor accommodated classes from nursery to 5th grade, along with the school's kitchen, various labs, and student washrooms. Up on the second floor, the library was a sanctuary for students of grades 6 to 8. While the third floor housed classrooms for grades 9 to 12, a state-of-the-art computer lab, and additional washrooms. The atmosphere was one of aspiration and possibility. Teachers and students alike held St. Catherine's School in high regard, viewing it not just as an educational institution, but as a gateway to fulfilling their dreams. For Roshni, it was a dream come true, a chance to prove herself in the academic realm and make her family proud. Roshni's first day at St. Catherine's began with a sense of awe and anticipation. Her father had left after ensuring she was settled in, leaving her with a mixture of excitement and homesickness. Mrs. Matthew, a kindly yet firm woman in her late 40s, had greeted them at the hostel, guiding Roshni to her new home. "This is where you'll be staying," Miss Matthews said with a warm smile, stopping in front of room 13. Your roommates will be arriving soon. Make yourself comfortable. Roshni abruptly paused in her tracks, her brows furrowing with confusion. Room number 13? She echoed, her voice hesitant but clear. But I was allotted room number 5. I already paid for it. My admission slip even says so. Miss Matthews' smile didn't waver, but her tone took on a more official calmness. She nodded slowly, as if expecting the question. Yes, I'm aware, she said, reaching into the file in her hand and flipping through a few papers. Room 5 is under repair at the moment. There was some damage during the last monsoon seepage, broken wiring, and a pest problem not suitable for new students right now. Roshni blinked, processing the information. Room 13. The number echoed in her mind, carrying with it a strange unease. Perhaps it was just the superstition surrounding the number 13, often whispered about in hushed tones back home. But I paid in advance for room 5, Roshni repeated, more softly this time. Miss Matthew looked up from her file and gave a reassuring nod. And that's exactly why you've been shifted here at no extra charge. Her voice lowered just slightly lower. Price, which means the amount you've already paid, covers almost 2 years of your hostel stay. Roshni's eyes widened a little. 2 years? Her father's hard-earned savings meant only for 1 were now stretched for twice the time. It felt like a blessing. She swallowed her hesitation and offered a slow, grateful nod. I understand, ma'am. Thank you. Miss Matthews smiled again, this time more warmly. She reached into her coat pocket and handed Roshni a small metal keyring with 3 identical bronze keys dangling from it. These are for you and your roommates. 1 each. Keep them safe. She paused, as if to say something more, but then simply added, unpack, settle in, and rest a little. You've had a long day. Someone from the staff will bring you water and basic essentials shortly. Roshni accepted the keys, the cold metal brushing against her skin sending a small shiver down her spine. She nodded, thanking her again, and stepped inside. Roshni nodded, her heart pounding with a blend of excitement and nerves. The room was simple but cozy, with 3 beds neatly arranged and a window that overlooked the lush grounds of the school.